KCAL 9 News at noon.
World War II and the story of Japanese Americans put into camps over questions about their loyalty. One of the largest Japanese internment camps was right here in California. Now, for the first time, we are seeing the untold stories of a group of men who found relief from the daily grind of those camps by fishing.
Brook trout lurked in the upper streams, rainbows dominated the plain, and browns hunted them both. This was fishing country.
It is a new documentary. It's called The Manzanar Fishing Club, and today we are joined by the filmmakers Corey Shiozaki and Richard Imamura. Gentlemen, welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
How did this project get started?
Well, it started just, first of all, I was working in the Eastern Sierras as a fishing guide, and I noticed a lot of Japanese Americans were taking up fishing, but in order to get to the area that I was working at, you had to pass a site called Manzanar, and I was just very curious about why is the fishing so popular among the Japanese American community, and upon whether or not any of these internees that were at Manzanar, if they ever went fishing, and we found out they did. They actually escaped at night under the cloak of darkness, and the searchlights and barbed wire, and they were just seeking solace through fishing.
They escaped at night, and you drive by today, and you can see what's left of Manzanar. Not very much. Like you say, it's over on the eastern side of the Sierra. So desolate, and yet they came back.
That's correct. And they actually had no place to go, but they were just, I think, exercising the right to feel that freedom.
Yeah. As we look at the pictures and some of the still photographs, black and white, how difficult was it for you to get all of this archival material?
Well, actually, there was no information about this particular topic. I mean, there certainly have been some information about internment in general, but nothing, specific like what these internees did at Manzanar.
And a lot of people don't know about this part of our history here in the United States. And Corey, it's a very personal story for you, is that right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is. My parents never talked about the internment, and I found out when I was taking a class in U.S. history, and I was always wondering why they never discussed this, and I just happened to find out about this, and I went to explore the idea of what happened, back in 1942.
Was it difficult getting people to talk?
Not really. There were some who had been. These were shared family stories for many years actually, and one surprising facet of this was that they thought nothing of it. It was just something they did at the camp.
What kind of stories surprised you, Richard, when you started to research all of this?
Some of the means of escape were fascinating. There was one fellow who had connections with the trash crew, and what they did was they cleaned out garbage cans for them, and so they hid in the garbage cans and were trucked out of the camp to the garbage dump, after which they left and went fishing. Other fellows who went out under the wire. There was a big gully in the corner of the camp, and the wire went over, so they were able to crawl out at night. And this was even the route taken by some of the youngest fishermen who were children. The youngest was 9, and the eldest that we ran across, that we heard of, he was already gone by the time we started, was 53 when he got to the camp.
How many people are we talking about over the years?
Well, there was around 10,700 maximum at Manzanar, and we heard of about 300. And this was over the entire 3.5–4 years.
This is a story about Japanese Americans, but it's also a story about the human spirit. I don't think that you have to be Japanese to enjoy and sort of take in this story.
I think this was a way of expressing freedom. This was, you're not going to lock me up. This was wrong. We know it was wrong, but we're not going to burn down a guard tower. We're going to do something positive yet American.
Where do we see it?
Well, right now we're still in post-production. We've managed to come up with a rough cut, and we're expecting a spring release on the film.
Interesting. Gentlemen, thank you. We'll be looking forward.
Thanks for being with us. Hey, if you want more information on the new documentary, it is called The Manzanar Fishing Club. Just go to our website, kcal9.com, click Seen on TV.
Every Californian should go past Manzanar and take some time to look because it is something to see.